All right, we have it. Hello, everybody. How are you today? It's Lisa Seattle here, and I am so excited to be here with Einav Avni. Sorry about that. And we are here with Confidence Conversations, and we are going to be talking today about how she just puts her skills into a miracle. So Avni is a confidence and empowerment coach and speaker and a pain-free living specialist. She helps people with chronic pain, chronic illness, and unexplained medical conditions heal and reverse their symptoms. She does this by helping them recognize the psycho-emotional element that is at the source of their conditions. Her work, Einav, combines methods and techniques from the worlds of coaching, the body and emotion code, energy healing, NLP, neuroscience, and Buddhism, all allowing her to connect with her clients and audience and help them achieve new levels of health, alignment, and awareness. Einav is a writer ×5, one co-authored book, The Power of Reinvention, and 4 ebook series titled Invest in Your Team's Confidence and Empowerment. Welcome, 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 Einav. How are you today?
Thank you so much for this introduction, and thank you, Lisa, for having me. I'm doing great today.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. And you are in where?
I'm in the UK.
UK, so you're 6 hours or 5 hours ahead of us. So just having this at a certain time where it was convenient for both of us was a little bit of a challenge too. So I'm so glad that you're able to come on here and talk to us today. And I want to ask first, tell us a little bit about your healing modality of emotion code and what exactly that is, just for our audience, because I'm not sure they know too much about it.
Yes, absolutely. And yes, so the emotion code and the body code, they're basically like level 1 and level 2 of the same modality. But still, the idea is that we are all energy. And as such, when we're going through emotional events or traumas that we can't process, the energy of these emotions become trapped in our bodies. And then these trapped emotions, basically, they interfere with our energy field. So the trapped emotion, they create blockages and interferences in our energy field. And now what comes out of that is we are feeling senses of discomfort, of physical, mental, emotional, spiritual pains, discomfort, and symptoms that come up. And so the idea is that with the emotion code more specifically, we say, okay, say, for example, you have a headache. Then I can connect with your subconscious mind and I ask, what emotions can I release from the head to release the headache? And so I can go through, I have a list of 60 emotions, and I will ask your subconscious mind what emotions are interfering there. And I'll just release them. And basically, chances are that you will start maybe with a 9 out of 10 kind of headache. And by the time we finished, you can have the headache completely gone, which will not only release the headache from now, it's also likely that the next time you have a headache, it will be less intense, or maybe it will not come back so quickly.
Okay. And can you just talk a little bit, because I know when people hear that you're going to connect to the subconscious, they get a little frazzled about that, not sure what that all means. Could you explain that in simple terms for everybody?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the idea is that we are all connected in some ways. I'm sure you and other people know this idea that they've been thinking about someone and all of a sudden they rang them, or they had some kind of weird connection between them. So this is building on that. So basically, here I am, and I get your permission to connect to your subconscious mind. And I'm just really going out there into this oneness and this one connection. And I put the intention to connect with your subconscious mind. And then I use muscle testing to make sure that I am connected with you. Now, of course, for ethical reasons, I only connect with people that give me permission to connect to their subconscious mind. And also important to mention is that I don't go and rummage around. I don't see any secrets or anything that people wants to hide. I am just asking yes, no questions that your subconscious mind is happy to answer. because if the subconscious mind feels that, it doesn't want to answer, maybe it feels like it needs to protect you, then there will be no communication. So I'll just mention also that I can connect with permission with any person or anything with the subconscious mind. So that's animals as well.
Yes, I've heard people do that with animals, either this or Reiki can connect and, with animals and things like that. So I think it's really powerful. But I think it's powerful to also note, like you said, that you can only do that with somebody's permission. So that is a really important thing to make sure that the audience knows. And it's nothing, it doesn't bring up a lot of trauma. I just want to talk that for a second. It doesn't bring up a lot of trauma, because that's not what you're looking to. It's just kind of a, you're asking questions and
So basically, when I walk with people, I ask them, what is it that we're going to work on today? And say, for example, it's the headache. And basically what I do, because I'm certified in both the emotion and the body code, I ask your subconscious mind, are we going to do the emotions or are we going to use the body code? The body code is actually comes up as an app, and your subconscious mind guides me where to go. So if I want to find out what is going on, what is contributing to the headache, if I'm using the body code, I'm saying, okay, what is the one thing that started all of this? And say there's a misalignment in the skull. And then I say, okay, but what is an associated imbalance? What is the other things that is contributing to that? And so I will go through a list. Sometimes it's 20 different, associated imbalances. Sometimes it's just 3. And basically it's things that can be misalignments, or it can be toxins or pathogens. Sometimes there will be, a curse or some subconscious blockages. All of these together, they make that case of, because of this, you have the headache. And so I clear all of this. Now, if one of these things are some trapped emotions that are contributing to the case of the headache, for example, and even if it's related to trauma, I'm not, as you said, I'm not talking about the trauma unless the subconscious mind says, I need to know something about this. And then I might ask, but the person doesn't have to answer. It doesn't have to give me all the details. As long as they know in the mind what event that was, I will do muscle testing and I will find if it's the right event or not. So yes, so I'm sure it's a little bit maybe confusing to people, but it's really about understanding that because we are all energy, if we look at anything that is interfering with the energy field as blockages that we can remove, we go there into the subconscious mind saying, guide me, tell me what it is that I need to find, that I need to release, all of these things, that at the end of it you will be able to get back to the ability to heal yourself. So here I am, just kind of clearing the blocked energy or the negative energy that is somehow gathered in the body, so that you feel lighter, you feel without the pain, without the discomfort that you came in with.
Awesome. I love that. I really do love the naturalness of that. So we might have already answered this, but how do you connect with people?
Right. So like I said, I set the intention to connect with the person sitting in front of me. So we do a Zoom call, or sometimes people will give me permission to connect with them when they're out and about. And so we don't have to go through the computer. I connect to your subconscious mind. And then with muscle testing, I ask yes, no questions to know where to go and what I need to find and what I need to release. Say we're doing the emotion codes and I found that you have a trapped emotion, maybe sadness from age 6, then I can release it. And then I have fridge magnets. They're just very fancy looking. And then I move them around my governing meridian, which is an acupuncture point, is the main energy channel in the body.
Yes.
So this is how I release everything that I found from my end. And later on, after the session, I ask the person to drink a lot of water and really flush it out of their system. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
can relate that part of it to like when you get a massage, they always tell you because they've moved things around in your body to always drink a lot of water to flush the toxins out. And so that actually helps, that go a little bit faster. So it's very, it's just a really thorough kind of modality. And I think it really is a great one. And so will that also answer of how that guides you to connecting with somebody?
Yeah, exactly. So when I work with people, what I really want to do when I work with people is not just do the healing and to clear things from the body. I also want to bring in the conversation and to help people see how it got there in the first place, and also what they can do differently to make sure that this doesn't happen again. So for example, if someone comes to me with chronic back pain or shoulder pain or neck pain, a lot of the time they really believe, yes, maybe it's just about the trapped emotions. And yes, we work on it, we clear it so that they start feeling better already after the first session. But then I want to help them see that actually there is that psycho-emotional connection to all of that. And I want to help them see that actually it's really the main question that we really need to ask is what happened before it all started. What is the trauma, the rage, the emotional challenge that you were facing, that after that you got the pain and the conditions that you're suffering from. So
Yes.
I want to do the healing so that you feel, less pain after the sessions. But I also want to talk to you about the emotions and what you suffered or what you experienced beforehand, so that you can release it in that way as well.
And I think that's really important because over the years, I've actually had some of my own sciatic pain, and it wasn't it for a long time, just didn't know where it came from until a couple of years ago, probably about 7 years ago. And just all of a sudden had sciatic pain like that night, just came out of the blue, and I just couldn't figure out why. And as I dug deeper within myself, I realized that it was some issue I had with somebody the day before. And I had been already doing my, research on that. So once I
Mm.
cleared my, emotional state from that event that happened, do you know the pain like went away?
Yeah. And it's so interesting, and especially with people that are more brain-based than heart-based, because a lot of my clients, they tend to be brain-based, and they're like, I don't do emotions, I don't know what I feel, I don't know how to feel what I feel. Really, there's like a disconnection. And so I had one client, I talk about him a lot because he's the one that really got me started or brought me back to the mind-body connection. When he came to me, I wasn't doing the body code and emotion code yet at that time. I was just doing the coaching, and he came to me. He had chronic pain in the back, around 9 to 10 out of 10, constantly. So he couldn't sit, he couldn't stand, he couldn't walk, he couldn't do nothing. He was in so much pain, and it was practically suicidal. He had no hope in his life. He was doing his PhD studies, and he couldn't do it because he couldn't concentrate on anything else other than the pain. And we sat down and we spoke, for an hour and a half. We just talked about, his fears and what was going on in his life, and what was, where were his hopes for the future. We really started to uncover all of these things. I mean, he said after the first conversation we had, he felt 20% better. And for someone that was constantly 9 and 10 out of 10, 20% is really quite remarkable.
Mhm.
And in no time, really, we were able to identify all of these challenges that he was going through in his life that basically brought this pain. So it was a combination of things, but it was, first of all, that he was constantly just sitting and studying. There was no life, right? So there was no balance. There was also about moving in with a girl in a way that was a little bit too fast for him. So he emotionally didn't catch up with this move that he's done. And then also there was all this conditioning from childhood and expectations from family and stuff. All of these together created this incredible tight pain. And as we started uncovering this and releasing and untangling all of these topics, his pain basically released, reduced, and later on disappeared. So much so that nowadays, if he has pain, exactly what you said earlier, he's able to say, okay, what happened? What conversation did I have? What upset me? What caused me to stare inside in this way? And then he's able to say, right, it was this event. How do I feel about it? What is hurting me? What makes me angry? What frustrates me? He's able to ask himself some questions that the pain disappears straight away. So now, instead of using the pain as something to stop him from doing things, the pain is actually a mechanism for him to say, now I need to go back inside, connect with my emotions, and sort it all out.
Yeah, and part of that, because as entrepreneurs, right, we all have those money blocks. We have the imposter syndrome. We have, looking out on the social media world where, oh my God, this influencer and that influencer. How am I going to, connect with those? So we get all those fears and we just hold them back, and this builds up over time, correct? And so even it could be that some things from your past, right, that are connecting with the emotions you're having right now, what you're thinking and seeing in your business world, and that can just hold you back from moving forward, and thinking you're not good at something way back, thinking you're not good at tech now, so how can you go out and do your business?
Exactly. And this brings me to the other part of what I do with people, is really understanding the negative conversations that they're having with themselves. Because a lot of the time we are just going on automat, right? We don't even think, we don't even know anything. And as you say, if I have subconscious fears or limiting beliefs about my abilities, or how good I am at something, or maybe how not good I am, how I'm not good at something, and these things, because they are there, but I'm not aware of it, they are my blind drivers. They drive me places or actually hold me back, and I'm like, I really want to do something and I can't do it. What's going on? And so now we coming in and we're having this conversation and we're saying, what is scaring you? What is the negative conversation that you are having with yourself that is actually holding you back? And so the important of the reason why I really like what I do is because I bring it from the two angles. First of all, I can release the subconscious blockages, from using the energy healing, and I can use my coaching and my healing conversations to help people understand how our negative talk is a liar. It tells us lies, and it doesn't know anything about us. So that negative conversation that tells you, oh, you're going to fail or you're not good enough, is a lie. Our negative voice doesn't know that you're going to fail. It has no clue what is coming up in the future. It just wants you to be, where you are today, in your comfort zone, to do today exactly what you've done yesterday.
Yes. Speak a little bit more on that, because that is really powerful. And that's what a lot of, coaches and entrepreneurs go through, right? We just want to hold back and be where we were yesterday, because that's our comfort zone. We don't want to step into the next step. And that can hold us back.
Yeah, exactly. And this is what I'm saying. It's a loop, because our negative voice is so loud that every time we're just about to, come out of our comfort zone, is like, no, I have to protect you. I have to preserve you. I have to keep you inside of this comfort zone. And so the lies become, really loud and really urgent. Don't do it. You're going to lose all your money, or, it's going to turn out to be your biggest mistake ever. With this kind of, really urgent messages, of course, I don't want to go ahead and do anything. But what I really like to do is to help people understand that the negative voice is just one part of it all. It has a counterpart, and the counterpart is our unconscious mind. The unconscious mind is that voice that knows everything about us. It knows where we've been, it knows where we're going. And the best job, in my opinion, of our unconscious mind is that it has the blueprint of our best version. So mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, it knows where we've been, it knows where we're going. So the unconscious mind says, trust me, just take that step, book this course, go on that program, put this post up, trust me, I'm here. I told you, I gave you this idea, and you know that it's an idea that comes from your unconscious mind because you get so excited about it.
Yes.
So the unconscious mind says, just do it. Trust me, you'll do it. It will be perfect. Don't worry about it. Problem is that as soon as you say, okay, I'm going to lean into this excitement, the negative voice comes up and says, well, you haven't done it yesterday, so absolutely you're not doing it today. And now we have this war between these two titans. So it's really important for me when I talk about this is to say, where do you feel it? The unconscious mind, it's the feeling of excitement, it's feeling of expansion. Even if you think, oh, I'm going to do something that scares me, like maybe I'm going to break up with my partner or something, you think, oh, I don't really, it scares me, I don't really want to do it. But then we know that we have to do it. It's that feeling, it's a solid feeling of having to do something. And the negative voice is the opposite. It's a feeling of fear, of, constricting, of like, I don't want to do anything, and really telling, I don't know what will happen. I don't trust myself. I don't trust that everything will happen, to my benefit. So because we are so concentrating on the fears, we are getting stuck. We're not doing.
Right, right. And so what kind of healing is possible for people like either that instance or the pain instance, and what kind of healing could somebody like expect from that?
Well, I've had some incredible success stories with this combination of healing. Like I mentioned, the guy with the 9 to 10 out of 10, he's completely healed today. He has no pain. If pain comes back, like I said, he knows to ask the questions. And that is a miracle, really, for him. I mean, he now not only he got his life back, he finished his PhD, he now has a life.
Right.
There was a woman that he was in touch with exactly the same symptoms, and she opted to do a surgery, and it wasn't very successful. I mean, she can't walk anymore.
Wow.
And just to understand how, just by releasing the blocked energy and understanding our fears and understanding our limiting beliefs, when we understand that what is holding us back, we can release it. And so I had someone with fibromyalgia gone. I had people with subconscious blockages of around the business and money blocks and stuff like that gone. I had someone, I'm thinking about this one particular person that she had an entity, like again, negative energy that blocks our energy field. And that was, this entity was actually around the household, not even personally to her. And she says, as soon as we released it, everyone is nicer to each other in the house. People, they sleep better, they smile more, they laugh more, they are more, united. It's these things that it's like, wow. And so what I want to say is that with this combination of healing, you either heal or you reduce your symptoms, or you feel so much better about yourself, about how you show up in the world. So I haven't found anything that we couldn't help yet.
Yeah. And I think, it's like the feeling of having some weight taken off your shoulders. Right.
Yeah.
And you don't even know it's there until maybe you've gone through something like this and had some healing, where you just feel lighter and, fresher and brighter, and you just don't feel heavy anymore. And I think when you get to that point, you start seeing opportunities in front of you, and you start seeing things in a brighter way than in a more negative way. And when we do that, obviously good things come to us. So yeah, I love some of your success stories, and I just think it's great. And I, for one, have had sessions with you, and I can tell you that that's exactly what I felt. I had this heaviness in my chest, but after sessions with you, the heaviness went away, the clarity came, the lightness came. There was like this weight off my shoulders, and it's just I'm sure there was some NLP done in there as well through your sessions. And NLP is a great practice as well. But I think it's a powerful thing we hold these things, like all of the things that we go through in our whole life are a lot of times stuck on our heart wall.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit, just closing with that? Because I think I really want it to get across to the viewers, like how that happens.
Absolutely. So the heart wall is something that mostly we all have it. And it's when our subconscious mind says, well, you're too fragile to just go into the world without protection. But I don't have how to protect you. So what I do is I take trapped emotions from around the body and literally create a wall around your heart. And so the good news is that you now have a wall around your heart, so you're more protected. But the bad news is that you have a wall around your heart, and basically you can't connect in the way that you would otherwise. And so people feel that they are maybe feeling lacking in energy, or can't connect with people in the same way that maybe they used to, or that they believe that they can. Maybe they feel like an outsider in any circle that they're in, or really feeling like they're basically living from behind a wall. And so what we do is really connect and say, let's release this wall. And when we release, even when we release some emotions from the wall, people immediately start feeling more energetic. What people say is that they, life events still happen, but they say that the way that they connect with that or respond to that is completely different. And when they release the wall completely, it's like the energy is unbelievable. It's and yeah, it's like it's life changing. So people sometimes, I have to wait for the subconscious mind to allow me to release the wall. So I have people that I've been working on with for a while, but the subconscious mind is only giving me, some emotions every sessions. With other people, the subconscious mind says, right, take it all. I'm okay without it. So it doesn't necessarily happen in one session, is what I'm trying to say. But as we persist through it, the changes are incredible. You feel so much more energetic. You feel more connected. You feel like things don't touch you in the same way that they have before. It's really beautiful.
It is very beautiful, and it's a beautiful thing. And I'm just going to kind of give an analogy of one, instance for me. I actually had some sciatic pain years ago, and I don't know if you guys have ever gone to an acupuncturist, but I remember him putting a needle right behind my my left knee, and my leg shook for a second. But right after that, which scared me, by the way, but right after that, like I felt this warmth in that area, and I felt a flow, like I could literally feel it. And that night, my pain was 75% gone. And so we do build up these energy blocks in our body from all kinds of things. And, I know now, I didn't know then, but I know now that emotions are connected to a lot of our physical ailments that we have, and, emotional things that we're just afraid of. So this is such powerful work. So yeah. How would you like to close, this session? Anything that you can tell the audience, and one last thing that you could tell them about?
I guess my message for the world is that, if you believe that your body is a machine, you would probably go to the doctors for surgeries and pills and stuff like that. But when you believe that your body is energy, you will go to figure out what emotions and trauma and rage is actually causing all these problems. And so, as you say, every physical ailment starts with an emotional cause. So come have a conversation. Let's figure it out. It's so incredible when something that you really believe that was a physical suffering turns out that you could actually release it, emotionally. And just to say, it doesn't mean that the pain is not real. The pain is 100% real, but the
Right.
cause or the reason for it is not that something is broken in your body. It's actually all of these trapped emotions and these traumas that we haven't managed to release yet.
Yeah, and it's so powerful. So if anybody has, any questions, we're going to put your information. But do you have, you have a link where they can, go and connect with you? You have Facebook. You're on YouTube. Are you on YouTube as your name, or as something?
I have on you. I have two things. One is Untangled Coaching, and the other one is the Healing Conversations, which is more my podcast about healing. And yeah.
Healing Conversations. So definitely check out Einav on YouTube, and we are going to put your links there. So, people can check you out, maybe set up a time with you to connect, or any of that. And I just, really am so grateful to have this conversation, because I think this is still fairly new in getting out to the world. I know it's been around, like we know it's been around, but for the general public, it's still fairly new to get out there to the world, that this can be very, very helpful to a lot of people in a lot of ways. So whether it's business, whether it's personal life, whether it's physical, spiritual, emotional, mental, all of that, these things, the more you know, the more resources you have, then when you want them or need them, or, you know, you're going through something, you can think back, this is going to pop in your head, and you're going to think about maybe, you know, connecting instead of doing something, you know, somewhere else. So I want to leave you with this. What is something on your bucket list that you want to accomplish in the next year, and tell us about it and why?
My bucket list at the moment is really about the mind-body connection, and so there's some programs that really more focused in that area, which to me is like, I can't wait to get on them and bring all of this to the world, because I really believe that we are energy, and we can fix, you know, everything when we understand our emotions. So I want to expand my own knowledge and really expand the people that I work with, so that they can enjoy the magic too.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I did pre-order the body code book, so I'm expecting to get that, you know, I think by the
Any
end of
day
this
now.
month. Yeah. So I will be diving into that because I'm a book reader as well. So Einav, this was wonderful. Thank you very much. I'm going to make sure this gets posted and everybody is going to get your link to check you out. I highly suggest just, you know, connecting and finding out more personally if this is something that can help you and grow in your life and in your business, and just, you know, spiritually as well, because I think that's a big part of it too. So Einav, thank you very, very much. I appreciate you again, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much. It was lovely.
All right.